So we all talk about, merchant acquiring. We all talk about what NPST is doing in merchant business. We all know how we are bridging the gap between banks and merchants. How we are trying to bring the relation between a bank's acquiring system with the acquiring capability of the PPG we call the foreign businesses. Now here is a challenge. When we talk about this business, the biggest challenge that we have come across is in this industry, the data exists, but we do not have the understanding of that particular data. We do not have an understanding that the data which resides in our system can actually tell us the risk associated with the business. It can help us mitigate the challenges associated with that particular business, be more compliant, be close to what RBI wants, and be close to what banking system wants. Now, this particular data residing in our system has to go through certain AI ML engine, and then it gives a beautiful result. That is what we have been trying to do regularly. Today we have Ram sir here. We know him for a very long time. So he is one of the guys. So we know that when the real-time payment discussion started in India, someone carrying a bag going to all the bank and convincing them that IMPS will work. So he comes from that era. Thank you so much for coming, Pat. We would like to have your understanding on the importance of, generative AI, the importance of taking the data and understanding the patterns and how it can help the entire ecosystem. If we can start from here, sir.
So what you know about UPI, the way it's going, and it's going to be a brilliant transaction in 1 year down the line. As of now, the last month it was 42 5 billion in a month, but it's growing by year to year basis about 49%, and out of that 43% is coming in. So what was Vipul has rightly pointed out, this data which is coming to us, it needs to be mined, it needs to be understand that how this is happening. So what they have done now, they have created a platform which is based on the RIDP. It is a generative AI which helps to understand this data real time and create a list of suspected transactions. These suspected transactions may be a fraudulent transactions that they give a score to them. At the base of this score, where a bank or payment aggregator they can take a contact over the transaction and the process or not. Is that basically on adopting learning how this entire transaction profiling is mapped and how is we going to take it forward. So once the profile mapping, it can stop the declining of fraud transactions, which is otherwise decline for the reason of supportive system. The second key is that predictive analysis. Analysis of these transactions can help to redesign the processes and create a kind of support system to the because it is a very, very expensive proposition. RBI is coming out with very regulatory compliances. So there is a study done by ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank, after adopting the regulatory AI, they have reduced the cost of regulatory compliance by 43%. So I request to all our customers that please close this platform, reduce the pricing of your compliances, and make sure that you are aligned with RBI. Thank you.
So, for all of us to understand what exactly this means is, every bank has merchant in their ecosystem. Okay, every payment aggregator, payment gateway has merchant in their ecosystem. But when we regularly transact with these merchants, do we have an ability to study their pattern? Do we have an ability to study the transactions? Do we have an ability to identify from the transaction flowing in the system whether there is a risk associated to continue this particular merchant, whether there is a particular challenge with the transaction? So if a particular merchant does a transaction for, let's say, 100,000 transactions every day for last 7 days, all of a sudden that merchant is doing 200,000 transactions. What is the risk associated with that? What is the challenge with the transaction? What is the risk associated with the transaction? What is the challenge with the merchant? So if a particular merchant does a transaction for, let's say, 100,000 transactions every day for last 7 days, all of a sudden that merchant is doing 200,000 transactions. Isn't that an alarm? So for anyone who is happy with the business, will be very, very happy seeing that my business has grown twofold. But why that particular merchant has gone from 100,000 to 200,000? It is an alarm. There is something to be read about it. So this particular system actually helps you control. I hope you have heard about merchant underwriting. When you talk about merchant underwriting, transaction monitoring is extremely important. Are we compliant with the regulation? Are we compliant with such underwriting process? And in order to do this underwriting, what is my capacity of the engine to manage? Without AI/ML engine, it is extremely impossible for anyone to manage the underwriting process of the merchant. And that is what this particular system helps you to do. It gives you an ability to study transaction, study merchant real time, and take action real time, even before there is any action from the regulatory perspective. Secondly, having more compliance is better for the increase in business. This is what this particular system does. It carries NPCI compliances, it carries transaction study, it carries underwriting processes, and at the same time, it also gives a merchant trust score. We believe in creating a trust score in the system. NPST is working very closely with data scientists, wherein what we are trying to derive is higher the trust score, better you can work with that merchant. Higher the trust score of a transaction, better is its possibility of not getting chargeback, not getting refund, not getting concerns from the customers. So these are two factors on which we are working very closely with everyone. All of you guys are invited to see this system. You guys can explore it, you guys can experience it. We have not just our sales and business tech guys, we also have data scientists here who can explain how this particular system works. Okay? Thank you so much guys for joining. We'll invite you. Just join us. Yeah.